But yes, Toren, my old stomping grounds, the very first game I learned how to speedrun. We're going to do 100% all over again. Now, for whatever reason, Live Split does not like to work with this game. For what I do not know why. So what I like to do, I like to get Live Split running for about 10 seconds, and then that's when I hit time. Or that's when I hit go. I would love to find out how to do the countdown timer the way Fant does, but for now, this is just kind of the scuffed workaround I used for it. So, with that said, let me get time going here. Alright, and time will begin at 10 seconds. So, in 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I'm so excited to be back in Toren. Chat, do you know how long it's been since I have been running around in Toren? It's only been 2 weeks, but those 2 weeks have felt like an eternity. Oh, the big moon and the little birdie. I'm so happy to see you all over again. And here we go. Our lady, our main character, Moonchild. Always forget what her actual name is. I don't think we even know her actual name. We just call her Moonchild. Let's see if we can get it again. Hit it. Slice it. Correct! That's the one we want. Please do not get stuck on the corner. Everybody saw that. That is not supposed to happen. That is very unusual. Let's see if we can get this swing right here. Okay, I didn't even click in time. That's fine. That is A-okay. That is absolutely fine. Chat, do you know how happy I am to be back inside of Toren? My model doesn't show it because I don't have the latest AR kit or any of that. But man, I have the biggest smile on my face just because we are back in Toren. Where are we? Where are we? We're in Chapter 0. Now we're going into Chapter 1. Chapter 0, or is that the same as Prologue? I guess that's kind of the same, right? Is that the same? Is Chapter 0 and Prologue pretty much the same thing? Oh, sweet 100%. I am so happy to be here again. Because I know we can do better. The last 100% run I did was a little bit scuff. Some things went wrong, but that's some of it was just RNG and just bad luck. So let's see if we can get good RNG here. If we're going anything by how I wasn't able to use the keypad and type 1, 2, or 3, that might be a little bad sign. I don't know yet. Hopefully we get good baby RNG. We need good baby RNG because that kind of messed us up last time. But yes, here's our blood-soaking baby sitting in the middle of the stones. Just sitting there with a small piece of cloth. Looking all snug. Looking all cozy. And through the power of baby rage, we're going to wake up and transform. And we're going to digivolve into a bigger child. In order to exact our revenge. Alright, child. Here comes our biggest hoop. Please do not fall. Alright. Hold your breath. Did you see that? We were right there. We were right there. Her falling animation started, but we managed to get to the sword at just the right time. That's a good stroke of luck. That is a very good blessing. Here we go. Back onto it again. The game is already trying to say, hey, you're going to have some bad luck. But we decided, no, we're going to fight fate. And we are going to come out as the victory. As the victors. Victory? No, do not say victory. Victors is the correct way. And I'm talking too much. I have forgotten to spam click the A button. So here we are. We are in chapter 1. And we are going to plant this seed because this seed is going to get us to the very tippy top of this collapsing tower that we have kept ourselves stuck inside. So that is chapter 1. We should have gotten the Rise and Shine achievement right there, and that is very important because we need all achievements, all items, and all monks in order to complete 100%. Yeah, all of this is chapter 1. To surpass the heavens, to touch the stars and embrace the moon. The livid sun cursed their arrogance and refused to leave the sky. Legend says only a girl bearing the hearts of mankind can climb the tower, defeat the dragon, and free the moonlight once more. We, as the token Moonchild, will decide to tempt our fate, choose our own victory because we are a rebellious young woman. We do not listen to the powers that be. We don't need no man, and so we're going to jump off and prove that we are superior. And that is going to get us ladder skip. Also, that is the reincarnation achievement. And as you can see, we are over here at the sword. That has saved us some time. And let's do here monk number 1. Up, 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 up. Let us in the dream, please. There are many paths to wisdom, but all end in enlightenment. Thank you, Gandalf. Gandalf, I'm so happy you're here once again. I love your horns. I love your feathers. You're such a pleasant being to be around. Even if you are a little bit boring and you're a little bit silent and you like to be off in the corner, all moody, just like that one D&D character, you know who you are. You know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who do not know, I'm talking about the stereotype of the D&D character that is always covered in darkness, is moody and sits in the corner, broods, and thinks of the best way to kill everyone in the campaign. Apparently the motorcycle is not happy. We need to put up some speeding signs here at the campgrounds. But yes, what we just did there is a pile of salt. That is going to be sort of the gimmick here throughout the entire game. We need to fill these sigils with salt in order to move forward. These gobblygoos we do not want to touch because they are a one-hit kill, and that is very bad for us. Let's see if we can jump out of the way of these marbles. Alright, we did good. That is excellent. Those marbles take up a lot of time if they do hit you. However, if you jump at just the right time, you can use those frames to escape their attack. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This game is a little bit buggy. Things do not always go to plan, but there is a chance that we will always come out on top. So that was very nice. We had good timing with that. An open path is what we are always looking for. Now right here, the salt is a little bit jank, but that is okay because the game is very, very lenient on how well or how off you are with the salt. Let's see if it gives us... We didn't even have to do the bottom star. Did you see that? We didn't even have to do the bottom corner. The game just said, here you go. Have it. It's been a while since we've seen you. Have it. Okay, I got scared because, yes, this is one of the little difficult parts where you have to run backwards against the camera and you cannot see the ghosts. We get the good timing. Alright, that was good. That was good. Just another sigil. No big deal. This is going to be done in no time. I do have my controller on, right? I didn't check when I was going through all of the scenes. The controller is on, right? Yes, it is. Okay, yes, yes. Very good. Now let's see. Oh, that would have been bad. That would have been very bad. Ooh. Got hit with a little bit of adrenaline right there, but that is quickly going away. That was scary. That was the biggest jump scare. That was more scarier than Chilla Art's games. And Chilla Art has some very spooky games. Ooh, something good to play for during this October and the spooky season. Yes, this monk is almost complete. We have one small thing to do up at the top. And that is a very small rune pattern. It never changes. It is always the same. So there's no real memorization going on right there. Now as you can see, the sword is exactly like the one that is outside. Go 1, 2, 3. We had a little bit of pop in there, but that's not too bad. That was actually very smooth. Besides that one jump scare, yeah, that was a very nice little monk one. At last the mage can summon the moon. Hey, that's me. How you doing, chat? It's me, the moon. And with that, Monk 1 is now completed. The room is so quiet you can hear someone fart 2 miles away. Go 1, 2, 3, activate the runes so that we can get this small piece of paper that was jankily taped to the back of the sword, just waiting for us. So now we have activated the tree and we are on our way. Watch out, bad guys. Tiny baby girl's here. Hi, dear. Bye, dear. Oh, he turned away from us. We did have a very good luck RNG way back when the deer actually nodded at us. That was I want to say that was a very rare thing to happen, but it was very nice to see it happen on stream. But yes, here we are in the tower. This is our main obstacle for the entire game. But right now we're going to take a shortcut right here and head straight into monk number 2. See, can I move the camera here? I cannot. There are certain places where I can move the camera, like just for fun. But here we are. We are now in chapter 2, and we are in emotion. We have Dog RNG in the house. How you doing? Now, for those of you in chat, I want you to look at this here, and I want you to tell me if you see something a little bit different between monk number 2 and monk number 1. Besides just a desert. Okay, if you were paying attention, monk number 1 was a lot more difficult and a lot more was going on besides monk number 2. Monk number 2 is actually very straightforward. It is just running. Okay, I had to swerve at the last second because I was not going to be able to squeeze between him and the exit. And the outer ring. There we go, that's a lot better. Jump out of the way. Don't want to get hit. Okay, we managed to escape. So yeah, those rocks right there, they mark the path that we have to stay on. If we go outside, we will die automatically. That is a one-hit KO. Same thing with the ghost dudes. Now here I'm going to hold up as much as I can and try to get... Did not work. Okay, if we do that correctly, you can land on top of that little barnacle piece. And you can slide in front of it. And then you will be able to start running. But for right there, we kind of hit the side of it. We didn't get it exactly, and we landed right in front of it. A small optimization, but it is okay. It is not guaranteed, I want to say, to actually nail it, since it is a little bit difficult. Sometimes you will get it, sometimes you won't. It all depends. Ooh, what does it depend on? I want to say it's how far you jump into the pond before you start. Oh, I think I did that jump wrong. Nope, we got it good. All right, that's good, that's good. That's great for us. Okay, she got caught up on a little bit something there. I don't know what it was. That worries me just for a little bit. Alright, I was a little slow there. Hopefully you saw that. It was very quick. I want to say that was about just a couple of frames. I don't know the exact number, but that was just a couple of frames of her starting to stumble, and that would actually lose us time. But we try to get as close as possible to the edge so that we can avoid the little animation and jump in order to save just a little bit of time. Very small optimizations, but they do add up over the entire run. And with that, that is monk number 2 complete. But as she failed to appear, his heart faltered. So yeah, if you're watching, you will be able to see just about everything regarding the lore of this game. There are, I want to say, 2 cutscenes we kind of skip, besides a few that are actually not mandatory, well, a little bit mandatory, because we have to complete them and watch in order to do 100%. But yes, if you are watching and you are paying attention to some of the text on screen while I am talking, you will be able to get most of the lore and the reason of why we are a child and why we are here. But right now, we're going to jump up and we're going to get this chainmail. Grab it, please. Alright, so now we have our chainmail, and that should give us the Little Warrior achievement. Now, we are actually stuck into this animation. We have to go up very slowly and grab the telescope and take it back up to the stairs. I have not found a way to kind of avoid this. If you know a way, please let me know. Please at me on Twitter or here in chat or even over on speedrun.com, because right now this is super slow. If we could take this out, it will save a good chunk of little time. I would say maybe 40 seconds, give or take. Maybe a minute. I'll just say a minute, so that's a little bit a rounded number. I'm never good at being exact with time. I just like to give a rough estimate. So here we are. We've dropped the telescope. Now we can just go walk away. If the game is nice to us. Oh, the game was very nice to us. Oh, thank you, thank you. Normally we would get a little bit stuck there with the game trying to throw us back onto the telescope, because it really wants us to read and see the cutscene there. Come on, we are holding in the right direction. Now we are going. Alright, okay, we are on our way. This way we could do this. We did it! Alright, there we go. So now we're just watching the cutscene. Oh, that's fantastic. That's beautiful. Let's see the tree. Let's see that beautiful hulking tree. Actually, this is a very good time to hydrate, if you have not already. Chat, stay hydrated. Oh, actually, that was chapter 3. We grabbed the paper and then we unlocked the tree. There we go. All right. So now we're going into chapter 4, which is begin climbing the tree. Pretty simple, very straightforward. Some of these chapters are actually very short in length, and it goes by incredibly fast. There we go. Alright, now we're going to head back up. We want to stay close to the fence, but not too close, because this game has a habit of glitching out and causing you to get stuck on invisible ledges. We're going to stay right here. Oh. A little bit off. Not too bad. And now we're actually beginning our ascent up the tower with the help of our friend here, the tree. Thank you, tree. You're a very kind tree. Was that just me, or was the branch sort of glitching out for a second? That wasn't just me, right? So now we're back up. Get right about here. And as you can see, the sword is there. We can actually start jumping right there. Pause. Now. Alright, that was just about good. We're gonna knock this down here. See how fast we can actually grab it. Come on. Reload the checkpoint. That saves us time, and now we are right here at the rock pillars. And this is chapter 5, by the way. So here we go. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. And keep going. And we have reached monk number 3. Now this monk is automatic. You get it in any percent and in 100%. Sounds like we have some campgoers outside that are not happy. We will have to get staff over there right away to see what is going on. Or if things get bad enough, maybe they will come to the staff members? Interesting. Right now, the dogs are not too bothered, so apparently everything is fine just the way it is. That was pretty smooth. The game was kind to us and filled out that extra little spot. So here we have a little bit of a janky marble section. Sometimes they like to grab you, sometimes they don't. The ghosts are no problem. It is the marbles that like to be the problem. So let's go here. Jump. Alright, we got it. That marble despawned through the land. That's very good for us, because most likely he would have been able to grab us. Very simple. Let's see if the game will be kind to us and knock out that entire little section there. It did. Alright, that's what we like to see. Now we have one more little marble section here. Jumped in time. Alright, that's good. He almost got us, but we said no, and now we're just going to keep on going. Now, what's going to happen right here is mandatory. We have to take a mandatory death because the game says you have to. We're going to stop right there just to be safe. There we go. Alright. Don't worry, it is a mandatory death. There is a way to jump around that little cutscene trigger and make our way to the very end. Because the sword is already loaded. It is in the game. However, if you skip that cutscene and the mandatory death and you go for the sword, you will be stuck in a infinite slow-mo that will be almost impossible to get out of. The only way to... No, even if you attempt to jump off the side and kill yourself, you will be stuck in the slow-mo state, and that is somewhat of a soft lock. And if you go back to the actual trigger for the dragon cutscene, that will be an infinite soft lock where you are stuck at the pillar, you are unable to move, and you need to completely close out the game in order to restart the run. Just a small little nugget of trivia there for you. So we're going to pause here. We don't want to move too early because the game is a little bit janky. It does like to cheat. And the hitbox does like to extend just a little bit off the side from where it is actually ends. So here we go. That was very simple. So now we are on our way up the stairs to the sword that is waiting for us as we complete monk number 3. Now right here at the top, the game does like to bug out and it will get you stuck on an invisible edge. Just like that. Alright, that took up the entire platform. That is not what we like to see. That is a new one for me. I'm going to have to say it, that has never happened. It was always the center that would be the invisible ledge. Then it moved off to the left side, or it would be the right side. But that took up almost the entire little ledge in order to progress. I have never seen that before. That was very unlucky. But we were able to jump out of it a little bit quickly. So now we are in chapter 6, and chapter 6 is actually very, very short. As you can see, we are covered in blood. We do not know how, and the dragon is just there taking a nap. But we are after our main prize right here, the sword. So close. It is so close. We could just grab it and get done with everything this dragon has done to us. Hydration break. This is the perfect cutscene for it. How you doing, Cash? How you doing? No, I'm sorry, I can't pet you right now. We are speed running. We are going as fast as possible. But you're welcome to take your spot. So that was chapter 6, and now we are going on to chapter 7 right here. That should have been the loading trigger between the two chapters. Now, as you can see, we are once again our small baby girl laying in the puddle, covered in leaves because it is October and it is spooky. And what's spookier than having to relive your life an infinite amount of times? And there we go. We now have the sword, and that should also be the Little Knight achievement. Spooky dragon, he tries to scare us, but we're going to say no, no. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to head down the ladder. Grab it, please. There you go. Thank you so much. Why down the ladder? We need to go down the ladder because the mask, which is what is required for 100%, is down at the very bottom with Gandalf, our ever-loving man of mystery, down here. And now we have the Mask of Truth. Actually, not the Mask of Truth. I don't know what we call this mask. The Mask of Power? Whatever it is. Don't we look so awesome? Don't we look so heckin' cute with our little mask? And there it is. That should be the Little Monk achievement. And now, just like before, we're going to go ahead and jump off this cliff so that we auto-spawn at the beginning. And that will save us time by skipping the ladder. And I believe that is also the You're Growing achievement. I might be wrong on where exactly that achievement pops up, but that should be the general area of where it is. And as you can see, we've managed to get right through that dragon. And that is going to be our gimmick for this particular fight. Let's see if we could jump around the marbles here. Hopefully they are playing nice. That was somewhat nice. I'll take it. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Alright, yeah, we should have got the You're Growing achievement and the True Warrior achievement, because now we are in Chapter 8, which is the Dragon Fight. Ladies and gentlemen, campgoers alike, here we go. Alright, that was pretty clean. I like it. I like it. Now, the reason I said that was pretty clean is because the dragon likes to cheat. He will either jump side to side in order to avoid being hit, or he would just not play nice at all and will kill us. It does happen. It's unfortunate, but it is a very strong possibility. Okay, the swings didn't want to connect. Unfortunate. Come on, give me the safety. Give me the safety. Very nice. Alright, I always get scared at that section because there is a chance. Okay. Because there is a chance that if you get hit, you will lose the mask. We have the mask in our inventory, but we will not have the mask on our character model. That is the difference. It will still count as us having the mask. It just gives us a free protective hit if the black goo reaches us. But that is the scariest section right there, because you will either make it to safety or you will not. So with the dragon fight done, we are going into Auto Monk 4. And this is our sort of bridge between Chapter 8 to Chapter 9. And the entire gimmick here is that we have to learn how to get our sword powered up. And in order to do that, we have to sacrifice our poor little deer. There he is. Now, it is possible to leave the deer behind and go for the sword up top over there. However, doing so will mean we only have the salt, and that makes the wind area very, very difficult to do. It is possible, but it is very hard, and it takes a long time to do. So unless there is a way to sort of skip this in order to get to the top without killing deer, which I don't think is possible, that would save time. But for now, this is the way to do it, unless someone has a better solution. Because the purpose of this monk is telling us that, hey, we need to kill the deer in order to power up our sword. And by leaving, that is what we get. And I do not believe going to the altar without killing the deer will give us the actual powered up version and to complete the monk correctly. Come on, dear. Just a little bit faster. Just a little bit faster. Now we have the red sword. However, we have the red sword inside the monk. We still need the red sword in reality. But now we can make our way all the way to the very tippy top over here in order to complete this monk. Now, the left side is the faster side, but it is a little bit more difficult. However, thankfully the game likes to be very lenient on what we can do, so these jumps that look impossible are actually possible. Like that, we should not have made that jump normally. However, the game was being nice, and it decided, yes, you can make that jump. Okay, I was waiting for the game to sort of give us another invisible ledge that we would have to jump through. Apparently it did not, and that is very nice of the game. The game is just a little bit buggy, isn't it? And that is monk number 4 complete, and we are going into chapter 9. So here we are, chapter 9. We're going to backtrack just for a little bit because we need to get our red sword. And how do we get that red sword? I'll leave that up to you. Can you answer that for me? I feel like Dora the Explorer. Can you tell us what happened to the red sword? That's right, we have to... Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Alright. That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. That's right, we have to backtrack all the way to the beginning to find the deer and take him to the altar in order for us to get our red sword. I know there's a mobile there. There he is. Trying to chase us, but we're going to say no. And now we have the red sword. And that should also give us the Dark Knight achievement. So now that we're looking pretty cool, we're getting all of these fancy items and achievements. We're going to death abuse right there, and that should send us all the way back to the monk. Yes, it did. That saves us a lot of time. So now there is a very difficult jump right here. I will attempt it once and only once. Jump it. We got it. Okay. Nope. Nope. Line up correctly. Line up correctly. Come on. Line up correctly. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe not. Do not get stuck in a loop. Okay. Well. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, we're just going to do this normally. We're going to take it slow. So what you saw right there, there is a very small invisible ledge that you can jump onto, and you can use to jump onto this platform. That skips that very slow walking section and this small cutscene right here. It saves time, but it is a very difficult skip to get normally, and it is, oh, if I can even talk correctly. It is a difficult skip to get normally. It is even harder to get it perfectly in a run. That's what I was trying to say. But we did get that very nice leap right there. The game was actually very nice to us and said, hey, here's the constellation prize. You can grab that. Now that final lantern right there, we would use it in any percent in order to skip through an area. But for 100%, we have to go through that area because we need the monk that is sitting at the top of the staircase. So now with the door open, we just go all the way back to the beginning in order to make our way forward. I always get scared with those jumps because if you jump for too long from too high, you will die. That's just how the game works. Let's see if we can make it here. Okay, so the gimmick of this little area is that you have to hide behind the pillars to protect yourself from the wind. But if you can pretty much ignore all of that and just walk straight up the middle path and use the sword to keep yourself in place. There it is. There goes our cutscene. These cutscenes are always so delicious to view. They have such a fantastic style, such a beautiful filter. I have not seen any cutscenes like it in any other game. And it is an absolute shame because all of the cutscenes in this game are downright beautiful. So here we are, Chapter 10, which I like to call the Windy Rain. Super creative, isn't it? Now, right about here, we're going to start jumping just to... Oh, okay. Well, that was the cutscene trigger. I was trying to get as much distance as possible. Didn't quite work, but that's fine. Alright, that is not blocking the way, but that is not important. We need to go over here to the side in order to get to the monk. Chat. Oh, that music cut off a little bit too soon. Alright, that's new for me. But yeah, chat, who's ready to get a little creative? Who's ready to jump out of this area and say, we don't want to play? So there we are with gate skip. Gonna pass the entire level. Oh, let's see if I can... do not want to fall off here. We got it. We got it. That's good. Perfect. Almost perfect. If we could do that just a little bit faster with walking, that would be phenomenal. But yes, that there is gate skip. It skips the entire level and you do not have to worry about it. However, there is a small chance that you will kind of walk off the side and continue floating downward. Sometimes you can catch yourself and not die, but sometimes you will just fall to your death. So that's why I went a little bit slower right there. But here we are in monk number 5. Our final monk for this journey. Or at least the final monk that we have to go out of our way and open. Enter. And this is the most beautiful monk we have in the game here. It is my favorite. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And it's more or less the telling of how we have went from a small baby boo down in the bottom of the gutter to someone that has reached the final enlightenment and knows the truth of this world and is here to spread our knowledge and our life in order to break the cycle. I believe that is our final sigil here. And we will be able to go to the rest of the level. Yes. Alright. So right there, the monk pretty much said, use the reflection from heaven in order to make your way through. But for the most part, it is running forward. It should be a turn right here. Oops, I went a little bit too far. Should be, oh. Sorry, it's running straight. Whoa. The entrance should be right here. Yep, okay, we should be able to turn right. Oh, come on. And now forward. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry, we go left. Oh, a little. Whoa. Okay. Not perfect, but it will do. But yes, that saves you time from having to look up the mirror up top and get confused on some of the controls, because the controls are inverted, backwards, whatever it's called. And that is monk number 5 complete. And I believe right around here is where you get the enlightenment achievement. But there's something very special about the enlightenment achievement, and I will talk to you about that a little bit later when the time comes. But right now we need to make our way up the tower again, because we are determined to complete our journey. Ooh, sorry about that. Yes, we are now so tired from our journey that we are going to pass out on this elevator and make our way to the very top. And with that, chapter 10 is now finished, and we are in chapter 11, which I like to call the frozen elevator. Chat, how are you holding up? How are you enjoying the speedrun right now? Is it good? Is it bad? Could I be more talkative or could I be less talkative? The Abyss. Okay. The Abyss is a little interesting right here. There are 2 skips that we can do. The first one being Torchless. Torchless is very exactly the way it sounds. We're going to run in the dark using only lightning and our memory in order to complete the 3 sigils that are here on the in the area. I believe I was too high on that one. Yeah, I was way too high. That was on point. Should be right around there. And oops, a little bit here. No, I think I'm a little too low. Yeah, I was a little too low. So that fills up there. The bottom here is where I am missing just a little bit of salt. There it is. That is sigil number 1 down. Now it's a little bit difficult for me to see here on the screen. Hopefully it is not too difficult for you to see. I went the wrong direction. Should be right here. Yep. Now we're making our way down to the second sigil. Thank you, Lightning. That was actually very helpful. Gonna take a turn here. Once again, the game being very lenient on how much we are on track. And that's gonna fill it out for us. And now we have the final sigil. This final sigil right here is difficult only because of the blind jump that is possible after completing it. After completing this small sigil, there is a platform that spawns to the right of it where you are able to jump and skip. Uh-oh, I went a little bit too far. Redo that side. Okay, let me jump back over here. I missed something. There it is. Okay. I will not be attempting blind jump. The reason I am not attempting blind jump is because it is extremely difficult. There is a wall that's in the way. You have a very small window to nail the jump. And if you die, you pretty much soft lock the area and you have to restart the entire chapter all over again. It is very difficult and it wastes a lot of time. But if you nail it, you do get to save a small amount of time. So right here, I will do this jump. Let's see if we can nail this here. I was a little too far. Yep, I was a little too far. All right. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to reach the side trigger that loads a cutscene. I will do it one more time. We are trying to death abuse and hit a loading trigger at the exact same time to save some time. That is what we were looking for. That is perfect. So now the cutscene is playing in the back. It's going. The game will be a little bit confused and think, you're supposed to be down there, but you're up here watching the cutscene. And it should teleport us over to the end, just like that. And now we are in the frozen elevator. Now we are in chapter 11. Chat, give me a salute for all of the red handprints that are on this wall. Why did you stop walking? That was not supposed to happen. That has never happened. She just decided... Well, I guess... Wait a minute. I guess she gave her own salute for all of the fallen warriors. Yeah, I'll just say that. I'll say she gave her own salute to all of the fallen warriors. That has never happened before, but that is always my fear because the game, for whatever reason, does not like to keep you on the elevator. For whatever reason, it's kind of pushes you off to one side, but for the most part, you can jump directly from that final fire onto the elevator. For whatever reason, it just threw me off to the side. I'm going to leave that up to bad luck. But right now, here comes 3 very small back-to-back jumps that if we do correctly should be able to save some time. Alright, that's jump 1 down. That saves us time. That's very good. Now we're on to the second jump. Gonna try to jump as close as we can to the fire, as quick as we can, and jump right back on. Okay, that's jump number 2 down. Here comes jump number 3. Jump number 3 is a little bit scary because it depends on where that fire, the swinging fire is, whenever you reach it. So hopefully it plays nice and will be on our side. It looked like it might be. That's what we like to see. That is jump number 3 down. So now we can just take it easy and ride the elevator up to our final stop, where we have to jump out, climb our way up, and jump back in. I had to think for a small second. I'm a little bit rusty, but not super rusty. It's only been 2 weeks, but those 2 weeks feel like an eternity. Okay, so here we go. You do not need to worry about this first fire. That first fire is a little bit of a debate But you do need to worry about this second fire. If you skip this fire, you will die to you will die to the sheer cold, and you'll have to restart. By grabbing that second fire, that saves you a little bit of time, because you can just make your way forward. And now we jump back onto the elevator and pass out. And now we cruise to the very end. Hydration break. Make sure you're staying hydrated. But don't fret, we still have 2 more achievements that we should be grabbing in just a second. We have a small segment here that we need to complete, and that should give us both of them. Once again, back in the abyss, the eternal darkness that stares at us while we dream. Now, right here, I would love to find a skip to get away from this cutscene, because this is a very long cutscene. And it is unskippable, I believe, currently. If there is a way to get around it, I would love to find it. But for now, we have to kind of let it play out and just enjoy the story. Fun fact of trivia, if you look over to the left side of the screen, that is where we were previously, where we had to fill out the 3 sigils and where we do the blind jump and the death abuse cutscene jump. From that area, you can look off to the left and you will be able to see this small platform here. Drop a salute to the fallen warrior. Drop a salute. And I'm actually going to drink a little bit more because I am thirsty. So now, that should have given us the adult and the void achievement. And with that, we are going into chapter 12 for our final showdown and the last achievement. Now, as you can see, the dragon is there sleeping with our blood sword still stuck in its head. Do our best to pull it out, but apparently he's going to say no, no, but we're going to say yes, yes, as we head into the final dragon fight of the game. But there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Solidor, what we have been hearing so much about during our time journeying through the tower. He is now here. He is the shield that will protect humanity, but we are the sword. We are there for blood. We will defeat this dragon, and we will beat this game. Hopefully the dragon plays nice. He did okay. There is a very small chance that if you approach the dragon, you will be eaten. Let's see if that does not happen during these 3 fights. These 3 hits, sorry. I got scared for a second, but we were able to grab the pillar. Very nice. Gonna drop it there, run back to Solidor, and protect him from the Gooby Goo. Now, In order to save Salvador, you have to stay exactly in front of him. Because if you do not... Oh, I was going to risk it, but I'm going to say no on that. Okay, the dragon decided to eat me. Alright, there we go. That's what I was talking about earlier. I should have stayed just a little bit farther behind. So let's give it another shot. This is bad. Oh, run back, run back. I was getting greedy. Salvador, where are you? That is what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I was talking about. I was right in front of Salvador, but I was just a little bit off to the side. The game does not accept that. You have to be directly in front of Salvador in order to save him. I cannot move. There we go. Now let's see if we can do it correctly. The two things I was most afraid of during this run happened. But we are good enough that we are able to recover and keep going at full speed. Don't want to get too greedy. Now here comes another goo. I'm just going to take it easy. Protect Salvador. That was clean. That was actually very clean. Whoa, hold on. That's what we're looking for. Alright, I'm going to pause right here. Alright, that is the final hit. Well, actually, the final hit for this pillar section. Let's see if I can do Salvador skip, which basically jumps over him and gets us straight onto the platform. Did not work. And now we have one more hit for the dragon. Dragon is now down. Okay, there is a very rare chance that you were able to jump off of that sloped plane and jump straight onto the platform up here. That skips Salvador entirely. But that is a very rare chance. Sometimes you can get it. Not grid it. Get it. And sometimes you cannot. There is a way to sort of just skip Salvador's shield animation. Just slightly. I was too busy swinging, apparently. And I did not jump fast enough in order to kind of skip it. But that's okay. We are still doing a pretty good time. And as you can see here, we are doing our final walk towards the sun. And all we are doing is holding forward. At the exact same time, we are reverting from adulthood back to our small baby booby self. Now, I do not know if baby RNG exists in this section. I have never seen it before, But I have also never seen baby RNG in the opening scene until it happened in a run. So it might be a very rare possibility there. I do not know. But here it is, the final cutscene for the game in all of its beautiful, beautiful entirety. And that right there should have given us the Save Humanity achievement. End credits. Oh, this game is so beautiful. It is so amazing. I'm so happy to be back running it again after that very short break of trying to learn a new game to add to my repertoire. Repertoire? Put it under my belt so I can say I know multiple games on how to speedrun. But yes, that wasn't too bad of a run. Still trying to nail those two really difficult jumps to save time. Also, the bad dragon RNG to where we got eaten. And also the unfair Solidor death. That's kind of a bummer, but not too difficult. We were able to cover actually very quickly and very nicely. Chat, I hope you had a very pleasant experience watching 100% of this game. It is a very fun game. I highly encourage everyone to experience it in its entirely. Go in raw, just play the game. It is so beautiful. See all of the other hidden little cutscenes and lore nuggets that we skipped in 100%. Because yes, believe it or not, there is still just a little bit more that was not found. That is the wrong way to say it. That was not seen here on the 100% speedrun. But you can go in, get a little bit more lore, and find out the full, true story behind. My mind is apparently starting to shut down. The full story behind Toren and why we are stuck in the tower for all of eternity. But no, as you can see, the timer is still going. We have one more section at the very end where time will be called. We have to do one very small action, and then that will be time. I salute you, Swordtails. I salute you. Oh, important note. Live split is not recognizing my controller as the start and stop buttons, but it will count my keyboard for some reason. So when I call time, it's going to be a little bit different between when I actually call it and when I'm able to hit the button to stop live split. But I will use when I call time as the final hit, and I will make sure to put that in the description for the actual time. It will probably be like a 2-second difference. So here we go. Our final segment for Toren. Here we go. And time. It didn't work. Now it works. So that is 1 hour, 9 minutes. What was that? That was about a 3-second difference, wasn't it? Between when I called time and when I hit the button. So if that is correct, that is 1 hour, 9 minutes, 33 seconds. But we had the 10-second count at the very beginning before we started. So it should be 1 hour, 9 minutes, 23 seconds, some odd hundredth of a second. I believe that's correct. I will go back and double check the times because I want to make sure it is as accurate as possible before I submit the run. But it is so glad. It is so glad. Come on, brain. You have to work with me for just a second. I am so glad I was able to come back and do another 100% run of Toren. I would most definitely be doing more runs of Toren in the future, just to kind of chip away at the time, keep bringing it down lower, because I am certain there are still things we can do to make it a lot shorter. But before I leave, I need to explain the Enlightenment achievement. Yes, we did get it in the run. However, it is bugged in the game. In order to get the Enlightenment achievement on your account, you have to exit out of the game, restart it, and that's when it should load. It should load the Enlightenment achievement, and it will pop up, and that is how you get the full background you see right now.